Hello and welcome back to the Fox Strength Performance YouTube channel. I am Taylor Fox and we are in Charleston, South Carolina. So I'm walking to a gym that I'm going to drop in at, Ethos Athletic Club. I really like to drop into different gyms and cities that I visit. I'm very passionate about that and just checking out what's available in different cities and, trying to adjust and use what I can find to get a good training session in. So I think this is gonna be fun. The weather is great here. It's been amazing getting away from like the rainy stuff in Pennsylvania, and it's just put me in like a really good mood. And I'm enjoying taking the 20-minute walk to the gym that I'm trying to find. I'm trying to take a rest and let my body recoup on this day that I'm, taking a trip. But I would really categorize these as like feel good training sessions. So I'm just looking to have some fun. Like I feel great walking to the gym, and then I'll get there and just kind of like do what I feel like I enjoy and get some blood flow in. Like I enjoy training, so I definitely want to train. Like I'm not gonna go crazy hard, but I want to be able to like get it in and have a good time with it. So I'm here to train because I want to, and I'm gonna enjoy this day and this process. But if you feel like you need days off and vacation, certainly take it. But we are at Ethos and we're going to get this training session started. This looks like a dope gym. It's got a dope patio set up, which is really nice. Weather's nice, and I'm ready to get after it. Cheers. And welcome to the training commentary. So, getting in here, just trying to check out what they have available. I knew I was going to be doing an upper body day. That's kind of what I had left for the week, but I just like to look around and see, hey, like, what do we got? We got a bunch of sandbags. We got a turf space is pretty cool. Looking at the specialty bars, actually a decent amount of specialty bars available and really solid setups on these power racks with a lot of different things that you could do. But just based off how my shoulder's been feeling, I thought a neutral grip bar would be best for today if I wanted to get some like compound movement pressing in. So I grabbed this Bell's Steel bar, and that's the one that has the attachment point on the top, so it can also be used as a lat pull down. I kind of give some input later about this bar, but the main thing is like it's just really light. Like it's a very light bar. I know it's supposed to be used as an attachment, so you kind of have to like compromise on the load to be able to use it as a barbell and then as an attachment for a pull down machine. But I just feel like it's going to get beat up in the end. Like, it's not something I would really look to invest in just because of the wear and tear. But speaking of options for buying equipment, Fox Strength Performance is affiliated with Rep Fitness. Go check out the link in the description below if you're looking to purchase some equipment for home gym or, to start building out your own gym to run your business out of. But my point here is just that, like, the Titan neutral grip bar is 45 pounds. Like the Cadillac bar is built out really well. Like that's kind of the one of the neutral grip bar that I would want in my gym, like to last for a really long time, and then I'll get the attachments on top of that for my pull down machines and whatever. But this is what they had available, and I enjoyed using it. Just doing some bottoms up pin press, and I felt pretty good today, but I was just like, just get this set of 8 in, get some pull-ups in, really just look to get that minimal amount of volume for this week. Nothing crazy. I did feel really good, actually, with the supinated grip pull-ups, so I think that's something I'm going to have to continue to work on my shoulder, and, just working on the pressing, some quality movement, not a ton of volume. But I felt really good, and like I said on the walk over, like just something that I can do to enjoy myself today and get in and get out. Not super stressed out about like what I have to do or what like volume I have to get in. So this was fun. Just looking around, like definitely some positive messages. A lot of people working hard. Good atmosphere. They had this like coffee and sauna thing going on. So there was coffee outside. People were using the sauna, which I thought was really cool. And then I moved on to some JM Press with the safety squat bar from Titan. So these have been really good. And what I did here is like I wasn't trying to load it up like crazy, so I put on 50 pounds added onto the bar and did my reps, and then eventually I'll just start getting into some tempo work, going slow down, and then just like normal concentric, and then eventually like some iso holds on the way up. So just trying to kind of reach that mechanical stress faster with this like lighter load and not doing a ton of volume, just getting a couple sets in and moving on from this. But these felt really good for my triceps. I think it's been a good movement, and after I've kind of exhausted one concept of it, I try to move on to some stuff like this, doing the iso holds, kind of pausing at some different points where I feel like that's going to be my weakness for the triceps. And then I've liked these just to like kind of try to clean my elbows up. So supination into a pronation curl, really try to get that supination at the bottom, curl up, a lot of bicep recruitment, and then pause at the top, flip the hands over, pronate the forearms, and lower back down under control. And again, like, it's definitely got intention here with this movement, but it's also just something like I just want to feel good and like get a pump and enjoy myself in the gym, and that's what I'm doing. So we'll move on to the second set here of JM press, and I covered in my overhead press assistance work how even though this is a flat accessory variation, I do feel like it carries over well to the overhead press, just because the angle of the elbows and the way you're recruiting the triceps and the stimulus here. And then just imagining like the way I've gotten stuck with a log, the way I've gotten stuck with a barbell like above my head, and like how that feels on the triceps, and really trying to keep that muscle contracting hard to push through that sticking point and get the rep. Like that's kind of where I feel it with this, and that's really what I'm aiming for when I like set up for this variation. And then we're going to move on to another set of curls. And like I said, this went really quickly. Like I did the sets on JM press, I did the curls, the dumbbells were right there, jumping back and forth. And it was fun, push the work capacity, but also like I'm not sitting here like waiting around. I didn't want to be here long. I didn't know people here. I wasn't trying to like waste time. Like, I was down here with some friends, so it's just get the work in and get out. And it was a good time. Like I enjoyed everything that I did. We just did a couple sets here of 15 on dumbbells, and this is like a point of like check my ego, because I've kind of been like, hey, I'm at a gym that has dumbbells and I have 80s in my garage, so like when I'm at a gym I need to use heavier than 80s just because they're available. Now I did use 85s, but I was like, this is what I'm going to do today. I'm just going to get a ton of reps in. I'm not going to be close to failure. Just get the work done and get out, instead of like trying to go through the hundreds, even though it probably would have been no problem at this incline height. I just wanted to like make sure that I had like that reserve capacity and I wasn't overloading myself for this session, just the way that my shoulder's been feeling and kind of the pace I wanted to work at. But I kind of like have had to like deal with that at Power Build too, just because he really got like heavy dumbbells for that gym, and I'm like, oh my god, like this is what I have to use. And for some reason, like with those Watson dumbbells, I just feel like they felt really heavy, so I like throw 120s on there and do an incline, and I'm like, this is pretty rough. Like I'm getting the reps in, but I really feel it. And just coming back to like, I need to stick to my progression. I need to make sure that I can get these higher volume sets in with the lighter weight before I progress up. Not just like, well, I was strong enough to do this before and I haven't really done a proper regression this time around, but I'm just going to go for it and pick up the 110s, the 120s, even like 130 to 150s, and just start pressing them, and that's not really smart. So this was light work. Like, I even did some pauses at the end, so I know that I'm, fairly confident with this weight, and like it's there any day. And now I can move on like to some heavier loads as I get into like the later stages of this competition prep. But this has always kind of been one of my favorites. So I did a video on the floor press into a barbell row, but the dumbbell press at an incline into the chest supported row is good money, and I would definitely urge you to give it a try. If you're into push pull days and you really want to hit the chest and the back and just, be looking super thick and wide, like this is a good training session for you. And you can extend this out to like 5-6 sets, really like push towards failure, do some iso holds, do some stretches, and remember to wash your hands on the way out. So that was a nice gym. I could definitely train there. A lot of nice equipment. Not so much like in machines. They have machines, but it's not like decked out like you'll see some other facilities. But my training really isn't based around machines. Like, I just like them as a complementary component. But they were able to give me a complimentary guest pass, which was nice. They got like a lot of nice setup, like saunas, and they do like coffee and sauna on Sundays, which is pretty cool. A lot of like nice lounge space if people can like hang out, get a cup of coffee, and just chill there like before, after training. Definitely some things like I don't really see a point in having the bells of steel bar. I mean, I guess it's like financially it makes sense. Like, you get the attachment for a lat pull down, you also get the neutral grip bar, but it's like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna end up pulling that over and using it on lat pull down? Like, they had a lot of like nice pull down attachments. Like, I don't see a point versus getting like a heavier like Titan bar that's like gonna withstand like the beating it's gonna take. So you see a lot of that equipment gets used in there. But it was nice that they had like the 2 Titan SSBs, so I enjoyed being able to do the JM press with that. Rubber coated dumbbells, I think, are okay, but you just see them getting like chipped and broken up, which is going to happen. I mean, we have rubber coated dumbbells, plates at my work where we have a fitness center, and they just get abused like crazy. And I guess I kind of lost track of what I was saying on the way there, but mainly it's just kind of fall in line with like what you feel is appropriate. Like, if you go on a trip and you don't want to train, that's fine. I was getting a little antsy in the house this weekend. Like, I didn't train Friday because that was our flight. I didn't train yesterday because I was pretty beat up from the week, but felt like I needed to get it in today. And honestly, if it was a real hard like prep week, like, I woke up at 6:45 and looked at my phone and then went back to sleep for like an hour and a half. But I probably would have needed to get up at that time if I wanted to get like the real work in and like make sure I have food and everything. But I just, got up when I felt like it, and I got a good session in real quick in like an hour, getting a nice walk there and back. And I feel really good and I don't feel beat up. And I think that's really what you want from like a deload and from like a week where you're traveling. I'm going to train here tomorrow because I'm stuck here waiting for plane to take off till late at night. But I think that'll be maybe a little bit of a harder session, start this next week and get it moving. But overall, I enjoyed it. Like, that it's a very nice facility. I always like view it as like I'm like checking off a box of like things I want to do in life. Like, I want to visit gyms and I want to have a good time with it. And I thought that was a nice one. I enjoyed like traveling over to it. I'm enjoying being here in Charleston and like just having a good time. We'll just take it from there. Hopefully I feel good tomorrow. I might have some sodas tonight and we'll see what happens. But trying to go eat some brunch now and recover a little bit and get the day moving. But hey, if you're traveling this weekend, safe travels. I hope you have a great weekend. Thanks for watching. Keep lifting those heavy weights and hold strong.